There we go. All right. So, guys, everybody, thank you for coming and thank you for showing up on time. I do appreciate it. We do have several things to go over today and for the month. And of course, any questions, please bring them up anytime between now and whenever you need questions answered. I'm here for you. Okay. First thing I want to go do is I want to welcome a new representative to our team. Randy Lopez is taking over for our Salt Lake City territory. Randy has been with us for about a month now total. He's been live for about 2 weeks. So he is actually now part of our team. So welcome, Randy, if you could. And anytime that Randy has any questions, I hope that you guys will be comfortable helping him if he can't get a hold of me. Okay, Randy, welcome.
Welcome, Randy.
Thanks.
That was easy. All right. Next thing is a lot of times, first of all, we know that manufacturer reps are a lifeblood sometimes. We need to make sure we have a really good relationship with them and working with them as much as we can. Anytime they come to town, anytime they want to come out and see you, is a great opportunity to pick their brain, but also to get to know them and help them as well as they're going to help you. So if that actually happens, and because they generally are going to give you plenty of advance notice, give them the courtesy of making sure you meet with them. And if they want to go out in sales calls and things like that, please do make every effort and opportunity available, because when they come out to see you, it's because they're coming out from out of town. They're coming to see several other people, but they want to be able to make sure they spend as much time with you guys as possible. So do everything, make sure every opportunity is given and afforded to them to be able to see clients if they want to, and different things like that when they come to town. Okay. Let's see here. Goldmine notes. This is bad, guys. Some of you I've already contacted, others you guys are doing good. The notes are being looked at very heavily in Tulsa. It's one of those things that usually are, however, it's even more so now. So make sure your notes are in the system. Make sure you're putting your notes in the system. I have always said I give you guys every advantage, and when I send you out to your top 100, in which the ones that you did not contact the month before are in red. That's what we show in the Goldmine notes, and it's what we show on that Excel spreadsheet. So if you've contacted them and the notes are not in there, like Tom had pointed out, apparently he's got an issue with his, and we've got to figure out what that is. However, we need to make sure we've done everything we can. I give you guys up to 10 in which, sometimes you can't get a hold of people. Sometimes they have gone out of business. Sometimes, for whatever reason, it didn't happen. If it's more than 10, that's when you're going to start getting a call from me. If it's really high, then other things may happen. So I just want to make sure everybody is aware of this. This is something that is now becoming very highly looked at, and it'll be out of my hands if a decision is made to find somebody else. Okay? Not that it's happening. It's not happening. Not yet. Keep this in mind. Make sure you're getting your notes in the system. If you're not calling your customers and that's why there's no notes in there, then you call me, because we have a problem. I don't think we have that, though. All right. Proper format for Goldmine notes. I've been looking at a lot of different notes, and most of you guys are pretty good about putting in there exactly what happened on the call. Talk to ABC or talk to Mike, for instance. So everything's fine, but he did have a question about 3165 RA. I gave him a price of, and he was happy and said he was going to go ahead and place an order for that. Also talked about regular cut vinyl. He didn't know that we had this. So things like this. I want to be able to have a sense of exactly what happened in that call. No more about going in there saying, talk to Fred, everything's fine, no needs. If I see that much more, guys, then I'll call you and I'm going to tell you we need to change that particular habit. I need to know exactly what happened on the call. It takes a little bit more time, but understand that it is because we need to understand everything. Everybody who looks at those calls needs to know exactly what happened on that call. Okay? That's just one of those things that has always been, I've always said that, but at the same time, I haven't really been enforcing it. So now it's going to be a little bit more strictly enforced. Any questions on that? Okay. I've let everybody know, but just so that you do know, we are closing San Leandro at the end of July. We had Heather there. Heather has now gone, and she has found a different position with a real high-end printer out of Sacramento. So she is doing very well. She's doing very good as far as all that goes. So I wanted to let everybody know that she, of course, we didn't want to do this, but we had no choice. It's one of those things we just, as you all know, we had another territory or another warehouse within a half hour of that. So that's one of those things that it happens. Okay. There are no other planned closures in our territory anytime soon that I'm aware of. Okay. So don't worry if you guys feel like you're not doing your job. Don't worry right now. It's not happening. There's nothing else going on. Questions on that? If a customer says, what's going on? Are you guys, hurting financially? The answer is no. The answer is we have another warehouse a half hour away. It made no sense to have that secondary warehouse there. So we picked one, and the other, and San Leandro is one that we really didn't need. All right. Give me a minute here. Okay. Let's see here. Deliveries. I know that we don't actually have a delivery program anymore, or as of now, we're not paying for deliveries, but that doesn't mean you need to stop doing your deliveries. Sometimes it is a great way to get in and see customers. Sometimes it is a great customer service. Customers like to see their salesperson bringing stuff in because that's another sales call you guys can make. And that's a great thing. So anytime that you have an opportunity and you happen to be at the warehouse, or you happen to be going by the warehouse and going to a particular part of the city, see if there's something that you can possibly deliver to your customer. Take it with you if you can, and deliver that to the customer. It's just a great way to be that customer service person that we all want to be. Okay. Any questions on that? Boy, this is going very fast. I'm glad to hear there's no real substantial questions. Let's see here. I've always said in my emails and everything else, let me know what I can do to help. Let me know how I can help. And a lot of times, sometimes I'll get people calling me, which is great. Other times, not necessarily, but I know that there's help that's needed. So please do call me. Let me know how I can help. Tell me what exactly it is that we can do to take care of things. I'm here to do just about anything. If I have to fly out to see a high-profile customer because there's either an issue or the customer just needs to see somebody and they just want to feel the warm and fuzzies, let me know. And if I can make it happen, I will. Brian out in Mesa knows that I have done this because I had to do that just not too long ago and came out to see one of his clients because the client really wanted to see somebody. And because of it, it's helped a great deal. So it is something that I'm willing to do and will do if I possibly can. Hold on. Give me a minute, guys. Sarah. Okay. Oh, all right. All right. That's okay. Go ahead and call in. I'll send you. All right, it's fine. Just you have the phone number in that email, right? All right. Just call in. All right. All right. Thank you. That's fine. All right. All right. Bye. Okay, Sarah's calling in, guys. So, what else can I do for everybody? Is there anything, what can I do to make your lives better? And, you know, that is, of course, something that I can do. Is there anything that anybody has for me to be able to help them be a better salesperson, for me to help you do the things that you need to do to be successful? This is an open forum for everybody, please.
I want to bring this up. A lot of time customers call to ask for example because I have a jobs coming up. So I got a ship ticket, but I did it since Thursday. Nothing was at the warehouse yet. So is there a limit time that they are able to have to send it out?
Not really. I mean, there, of course it is, you send in a ship ticket is manually done. Now the question I have for you is, when you put the notes in there for the ship ticket, did you say to send the ship ticket to your warehouse? Yes.
I put them sent today, so I figure it was, I didn't put LA then, I guess.
Okay. Sometimes when you guys put a ship ticket in, I mean, they sometimes will send it to your warehouse, but if you don't specify, send it to, for instance, the LA warehouse for salesman samples to be shipped out or whatever it is that you decide you want to put. That is going to be one of those things that they may send it to a different warehouse because they didn't know exactly what you wanted, but they see that the samples or whatever happens to be wherever it happens to be.
I did put like Angel inventory. So I figured they would know it's from my warehouse.
Angel, and keep in mind they have 75 warehouses or so to look at. So just make sure you're putting your warehouse code warehouse in there when you're putting this.
So should I resend it again?
Go ahead and resend it and say, please send the ship ticket to the LA warehouse for Angel samples out of her stock. How's that?
Okay.
What else, guys?
Hey, Ted, this is Chuck.
Chuck, how you doing this morning?
Good.
Good.
I'm actually on my second carton or case of the Avery Wrap Care sample kits.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Once they sent out, there's 20 to a box.
Right.
They've really been well received by the customers, and I've had a total now of 4 that want to give these out with their, once they finished a wrap vehicle.
That's a great idea. They're going to have to buy them from us in order to be able to do that.
No, I understand that. And I had mentioned this to Ron Winter, and he had actually already set it up in the system as far as if Fellers wants to order those. He already has it set up to where Fellers can place an order for those kits.
Right.
And so I just wanted to make you aware of that and see if we can move forward with that.
If it's on the website, then it's something the customer can actually order. I don't know the answer to that. So let's take that, Chuck, and let me know a little bit more information on that via email. Let me check into it to see if it's available on the website. And if
Yeah.
it is, I'll send an email to everybody, giving them where to find that so they can let their customers know. Is that cool?
Yeah, I don't think anything's been done on our side yet, Ted.
Okay.
But we can follow up on this offline.
Okay. Not a problem. Like I said, just go ahead and send me an email so I can go ahead and find out about that.
Will do.
All right. Brian, you're going to say something?
Yeah, I'm debating. Go ahead though.
Okay. Then I'll wait. We can wait.
No, it was back in regards to your gold mine notes, etc.
Okay.
I know I was working with Mike up in San Jose. He had a couple questions. We were bouncing off each other and stuff, and I was just giving him some feedback on some stuff that I do on my gold mine notes. Basically, I just told him, in a nutshell, do the notes, stay off the radar. That's the best thing. But he was asking me in regards, and I'm not trying to call him out or anything, but he was asking me in regards to, like, he has a few clients that either A, are credit hold, code 7 that we all know, or they have closed their business, they have moved, whatever the case may be. And I told him, I said, well, the way that I handle that is I go in the beginning of the month and I just go right to those clients that I've learned that have either A, been on credit hold over the last few months or whatever, or have moved. And I go ahead and put a note in there just saying, hey, on credit hold, waiting until further to talk to them because, they don't like us to talk to them in that regards. Or I've also said business has closed or business account number has changed. And that just kind of frees up some of those loose stragglers of being on your hit list for your gold mine notes of showing red. So obviously that would kill about 4 or 5 for him. I told him, I said, I have about 3. I went through over the weekend and I just went ahead and dropped notes in there saying, hey, business is closed, doors are locked, and done. Off my plate. I don't have to worry about it. It's one less that I got to worry about showing up red on my crime scene of gold mine.
Yes. Okay. That's a great tip. And that is a great tip for everybody, of course, is at the beginning of the month, you all know who the customers are that have closed or that are on credit hold. You saw them, you looked at it that last month and everything else. Beginning of the month, just go in, put a note, customers closed, no need to contact. Because then that is in there. And like I said, I always give you guys 10% or 10 clients that if you're under 10, you're in great shape. Once you go over 10, then that's where we just need to figure it out and make sure that it's something you probably forgot or whatever it happens to be. And I understand that, but if we can minimize that by just going in and putting a note in the system at the beginning of each month for those clients that are closed, that just takes care of it right there.
Yeah, and then we also talked about franchise notes as well. Me and Mike did, and he was, bouncing stuff off me, like I said. And I told him, I said, think of the franchise as the redheaded stepchild. Everybody at corporate wants the franchise's business, and they feel that no matter what, we should have their business 100%, but we know that's not always the case. So I told them, first and foremost, I group my franchise and I have their, whatever number they are or numbers that they are, and I definitely make sure I tackle them kind of first. I also sometimes try to hit them minimum twice a month. Because really there's not many. I mean, we're talking, on average, anywhere from 5 to 12 at most, that I've seen. I could be wrong. And just get them done and out of the way. I mean, that's the way I look at it. And, I know we all know Carl looks at franchises very heavily. Obviously you do too, Ted.
Yeah.
And I just found that works easy for me. I know both me and Mary in Phoenix, we both have kind of had that tactic to just hit our franchises and get them done. And then, I mean, not that we're going to do it and forget about them, but at the same time, just stay off the radar. That's all it boils down to.
Okay. Thank you very much, Brian. Appreciate that. Michael, are you on?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just making sure. I didn't see yours, so that's cool. All right.
Yep, I'm here.
That brings me to another point of making sure that on your notes, if you're not sure about the format as far as the subject line, let me know. I want to make sure everybody's on the exact same page. I've sent out a couple emails in the past about that. But if for some reason there's you're just not sure, please let me know. Okay. And I was going to say something else and now I've forgotten. It's one of those senior moments. Unfortunately, I'm not a senior, but boy, I sure come close. Let's see here. All right. Thank you. Anybody else? Anybody else have anything else they want to bring up? They want to talk about? Wow.
Ted, now I got something again for Chuck. Hey, Chuck, you said that you got 40 of those sample Avery cleaner, sealant, etc. kits. I did as well. And obviously I've been passing them out, to certain clients throughout and what have you. And that do obviously a lot of color change and stuff like that. I've also noticed that I've been pushing them to buy the quart size bottles. And my tactic that I went in on a couple of my clients was, why don't you just give them to your end user and just charge more for your wrap? And it's almost like they got something for free, but since they spent, $2,000 with you, but you really mark it up a little bit within the wrap and it covers it. So I've had a few clients start buying a lot of the quart size bottles of those that we already sell.
Yeah, I've been using that tactic too. And I finally, in the last few weeks, copied off their one-page flyer, which helps. There is some confusion. People think that this is a pre-wrap cleaner.
Right.
Because they don't pay attention, basically. But
yeah, people sometimes have a problem reading.
Yeah, it's not in their job description.
Very, very true. But overall, it's a great icebreaker. I mean, if you've got nothing else to talk to the customer about, but it's a neat product too. And then I'm also putting together another flyer on the other less expensive products that we have. And there's one in the catalog that Frank endorses for mat wraps. And so that's going to be on my new flyer as well.
And if everybody doesn't know, Chuck is one of those, he has a lot of different ideas and different things he does up in his territory. Flyers is one. He puts a thank you card in every delivery that is done on every, his warehouse manager up there puts a thank you card in with the invoice. Thank you for the order. It's a great tool, I think, that we possibly could use. I'm working or going to be working with Carl here this week to try to get that so that we can have everybody start using that. What does that mean for you? It means that you'll all have possibly an expense of these little cards or papers, but that we will have you do an expense report for. I'm not sure how that's going to work yet, but I'm working with, I'm going to be working with Carl to see about utilizing what Chuck does. I think it's a great tool to put a little thank you in there. Have the warehouse guy, when he's putting in the invoice, just have a little card saying thank you for the order with your name and phone number on there. Just, I think it's great. So,
Ted,
yes.
when I don't know if you knew that or not, but I send out thank you cards to the customers that I talk to.
I was
in
not
any territory.
I was not aware of that. Thank you, Kevin. That's great.
I just thank them when I talk. I just thank them when I
I
talk.
also, when I'm
Okay,
I'm
hold
working
on a
in the
minute.
shop,
Let's,
I always say thank you.
I'm
on
sorry,
my-
say
on
that
the
again.
invoices. I said also, when I'm working in the shop, like today, I always write on the invoices, thank you for your business.
And that's good too. Tom?
Well, I know Mike sometimes with 70, 80, 90 orders. I don't know how that'll go over with him, but
Well, I mean, I understand that. You know,
For me, it's just as simple as I talk to everybody every month, a couple of times a month usually, and I thank them for their orders, and you know they appreciate that.
okay.
And Stacy has thank you cards. We have tellers thank you cards.
We do. Okay, I'll check.
They're just not widely available. I'll send you one.
Yeah, send me an email about one. I'll go ahead and talk to Stacy about it. That would probably
Talk to Stacy. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, Kevin. Thank you very much for that.
Okay.
I call the customers.
Yeah, well, that brings me to something else that I had forgotten. So in your gold mine, everybody's got the new gold mine, iGoldmine up, and if not, with the exception of possibly Sarah, I'll be working with today to get that taken care of. But in there, something that one of your cohorts asked to have done is in that first program windows on iGoldmine, you have the customer sales lookup, the daily shipments, the new customer lookup. That's one she asked me to put in there. So that's something for everybody so that you know who your new customers were or are at any given time that have called in and placed an order or that has a new account with us. Something that I know that like Tom does and a couple of others, that they go and look every day on the daily shipments or what a customer actually picked up that day. They look at the daily shipments from their warehouse and then, or the next day, and then they can call their customer and just say, thank you for the business. Now, of course, some people have time to do that, others not necessarily, or, want to do that. I think it's a great idea just to say thank you because customers sometimes don't ever hear that from us, except for when we want to say thank you and we're in front of them or on the phone with them. This just says thank you every time that they place an order. It's not required. It's not anything I want you to necessarily jump out of your way to do, but I just want to point out another tool that other people have used that have become or that has helped a little bit.
Ted, where is it that lookup for the new customers?
Excuse me. It's on the iGoldmine where it says, everybody, do you have your new iGoldmine up, Erica?
Yes.
Okay. So Paul, go back to the login page when you put in or click on Goldmine, and you'll see that it says customer sales lookup, new customer lookup right there.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, by the way, Ted,
Yes.
that's not working as of yet. As of last night, it still wasn't working. So I don't know if they got it up running today, but because I checked it before I came in and my sales orders were finally coming up again because it wasn't. So maybe it was linked to that and didn't have time to look at it, but I'll look at it again, but it wasn't working.
I just pulled it up and it brings it right up. Of course, I didn't put anything in there and try anything, but
it looks good, but whenever you put in the date, it doesn't pull anything up, unfortunately, or at least it wasn't as of last night.
Okay.
Yeah, I just checked it, Ted, and it doesn't seem to be activated. I checked from all of June up until last Friday, and nothing comes up.
Same here.
Same here.
Well, then maybe it is not. I'll have to go ahead. I'll make a phone call to find out, see if maybe they put it on there but forgot to activate it. That's fine. I appreciate that bringing that up to me.
Well, how does it work? Is it as customers order? So if you didn't have any new customers in that block of time, would nothing show up, or?
No, what that is for anybody who opened up a brand new account with us. So they may not have ordered, but they did open up an account either online or they called in either preparation to open up an account or in preparation to place an order, but they opened up an account. You can call them and say, is there anything I can do to help you? That's how Paula does it. She'll call all her new customers as soon as she sees them and say, hey, I noticed that you opened up an account with us. Great. What can I do to help you? What questions do you possibly have on any products that I can help you with?
No, I was just wondering when they're a new customer, I mean, that list can get awfully long. I mean, are they going to filter out of that onto something else, or is every time you open this, you put in special dates, you can see who the current ones are?
You put in the date. You put there the dates that are on there. So in other words, put in yesterday's date, or I mean last Friday's date, and that'll bring up all the new customers as of just that day.
Okay, so if you didn't have any new customers that day, then nothing would show up.
Exactly. Now, if you wanted to go back all the way 3 months from, from this point, it'll bring up everybody, or should bring up everybody, the new accounts that were entered in the last 3 months. Of course, you guys know I give you that new customers at the end of each month or the beginning of each month on your top 100. So it's also.
Already have it.
I'm sorry?
Already have it.
Okay. All right. What else does anybody else have anything else they want to discuss or talk about? All right. Last month, this is probably the last thing. Last month, we had a mediocre month. I would love to see more. Anything that we can do to increase sales, of course, that's what we're here for, is to increase sales. Making sure we contact each of our top 100. That is part of the job description, guys, just so that you know. Contacting your top 100 clients every month is what you're paid for, to making sure you're taken care of. Of course, you want to contact others out of that to cultivate anybody that you think that has the potential to be in your top 100. We want to make sure that we're doing that.
Hey, Ted,
Yes.
I noticed probably a while, Sean, I'm, excuse me, such a computer whiz that I could tell him how to do it. No, seriously, is there any way, do you think, or you could talk with IT, that when a customer enters, let's say in the middle of the month, the top 100, or in the beginning of the month, that we could get an alert of some type?
The top 100, if somebody is not in the top 100, they actually will not be part of your top 100 until the reset at the end of the month.
Because you know what I mean? Like what happens is, like I'll have like this, for June, I had 2 customers, never talked to them. They never talked to me. I didn't even know they existed. And then boom, they popped up in the top 100.
Oh,
That's
right.
true.
And I always feel bad that I didn't talk to them.
Right.
Yeah.
No, and I understand, and that'll show up as no context. That is correct. And that's why I give you that 10%. But that only shows up after the reset, guys. That's not something that's instantaneous. So one day they're not in the top 100, then the next day they pop in. It only happens after the reset.
All right.
Okay, so there is no way because they're not in there any other way other than after the reset. And that's why the top 100, of course, is very important to look at and make sure that you've got all the people on there.
Okay.
Yes, the top 100 is people pop in and out. Sometimes you contact them, sometimes you don't, because you didn't know they existed because they were not part of your top 100 last month and they are this month. That will show up as a no contact. But understand, that's why I give you guys that leeway. I'm not saying anything about people like that. Now, if it becomes that you've got that many people in your top 100 that pushes you over the 10, then that's a great thing to have, really. So if I call you and you tell me, hey, they were all out of my top 100, they were not in my top 100 until this month, I love that. That means you're selling. That means you're doing your work. Okay? Does that
I
help?
have a question, Ted.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I know what a credit code 7 is. What is a credit code 5? Does that then mean that they've gone to collections?
I don't know the answer to that.
Okay.
I honestly, I don't know. I've never seen a credit code 5. I've only seen 7, but I can go ahead.
Yeah, I don't. Looks new to me, so I was kind of curious. Yeah, one of my franchise fast signs that are in my top 100 are a credit code 5 now. They were a 7.
They were
And
a
they do
7,
owe us,
they're a 5.
yeah, they do owe us money. So, and there's a discrepancy there.
It's
And
a
so,
possibility that
sort
they
of,
could go, yeah, that's a possibility. So
well,
I'm sending an email right now.
okay.
Okay, so I just sent an email and to the credit managers. Let's see what they say. They may not give an answer back right away, but if not, I will go ahead and send an email out to everybody, okay?
Yeah,
All right,
okay, thank you.
you're welcome. What else, guys? Okay, next week I am going to be in Salt Lake City with our brand new rep, Randy. Again, welcome, Randy. So I'm going to, I'll leave Tuesday, and you know how that is when I'm out with sales reps. If you can do other things throughout with everybody else, great. If you need me, call me, and I'll just be slow to respond. Want to make sure, is everybody have Group Me? Is everybody on our West team for Group Me?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Good. I just want to make sure everybody, if I need to invite you back, let me know. I want to make sure everybody's on Group Me. You guys use that periodically. It's very good. I'm glad. If you guys have a great sales tip you want to include, please put it on Group Me. Let everybody know what that might be. If you're running into an issue, you're not sure exactly how to handle it, put it on Group Me. I look at it every once in a while, but I don't look at it as often as I probably should. I've just got too many other things going on. But make sure that you do that if you can, okay? I'm going to be sending out an email here in a little bit about graphics, 3M, and print. It came from Dane or one of our other RSMs that one of their sales reps found out about that is good information. Don't worry about it so much. I want you to read it. I want you to make sure that you know it in case the question comes up from your customers. Okay? Anything else, anybody? Please. Great. I love this. This is easy. I've done all the talking.
You're supposed to do all the talking.
No. No, that's not true. Come on.
We do the listening.
Yeah, I thank you for listening. I do appreciate that.
We're supposed to be better listeners than talkers.
You're exactly right, but I still want you to talk. Guys, I really do appreciate it. Oh, guess what? Hold on a minute. Okay, credit code 5 means that there's a tax issue. What that means is they usually need an updated tax form from your customer. That's all that means.
So is there a list?
Okay. They're still showing defaults in money finances on the credit part, so I'm not sure.
Well,
totally.
I understand that, but that's what I'm just telling you what credit code 5 means.
There's
Yeah.
a list of what those credit codes all mean, like 9 and what?
9 really doesn't mean much. 1 usually is a new customer.
7's the one you got to watch out for.
Yeah, credit code 7 is the one you really have to watch out for. If it's on credit code 7, that means that they owe us money and we do not contact them until they get that cleared up.
Well, they were a 7 though, and
Well,
if you look at they were a 7, but they still owe us money. So it still shows a default for 2 going into 90 days.
Okay, so that's a possibility that they also realize that they also need a tax form. So I don't know how much that is for you. I think it's a report more than anything else. But
Well, I can't contact them. They're top 100.
I understand that. All I'm saying is that you may want to go ahead and send an email to the credit managers and say, are they still credit code 7? They are showing credit code 5 now. Are they still code 7? Just to be on the safe side. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Credit code, Randy, for your information, credit code 7 means the customer owes us money, and generally they are past their 60 to 65 days past due. Okay? How the customer is paying, that's generally net 30s, is that customers have 30 days to pay after the 30 days that we billed them. So that actually, in a sense, becomes net 60, even though it's only a net 30. Okay?
Or they wrote a bad check.
Or that, correct. Or they wrote a bad check to us, and we're still trying to collect on that. Generally, we do not contact our credit code 7s until they are cleared up, because they can't buy from us until that actually happens. Okay?
Yeah.
So, if a customer sends in anything regarding tax, you send it to tax department at fellers.com. Again, that's tax department at fellers.com. Anything having to do with credit, send an email to credit.department@fellers.com.
Who do we order ink from?
Sylvia Gage.
It depends on which manufacturer the ink is coming from. I mean, we have Triangle.
No.
No, she's talking for a printer.
Ourselves, for our own printers.
Oh, for our own printers.
Sylvia Gage.
Sylvia, that is correct.
Angela?
Nope. Sylvia Gage.
I hope they let us know that.
Okay.
Oh, you know what, Ted? I should
Yes.
brought this up. Bordeaux carry Muto ink. I mean, they make ink for Muto, but which we don't want to bring it in-house. But now I got a customer using it, but he also bought the new printer from us, which I want him to use the original ink. So I told the customer, if you want to stock up the Bordeaux ink from Muto, then I can order as direct order. But if he wants us to stock up, he had to sign the contract. You know? Am I correct?
Yeah.
That is correct.
Yeah. But
Okay.
it seemed like, yeah.
I'm going to bring this up. Thank you very much, Angel, for that. Okay, so let's talk about this real quick. We tell our customers that if they have a rolling printer, hey, why don't you go ahead and buy the alternative ink? We can help you with save a lot of money. I have always told my customers, regardless of who it is, if it's within a warranty period, if the customer has a warranty on that printer, don't try to switch them. As much as everybody else tells you, don't try to switch them. It causes nothing but issues. So right now we're working with a customer who decided to use an alternative ink source for his brand new Muto. 3 months old. We told him not to. We told him it's better to go ahead and use Muto ink until the warranty period is out. Well, he's now having issues with it, and now he's saying, no, I never used alternative ink, except alternative ink is sitting right in his machine. So, yeah, exactly. So Muto is not necessarily wanting to work on it because they can't guarantee it was that caused the issue. Okay, that's why we don't necessarily want to do that. Brand new customers, always tell them, brand new printers, stick with OEM, stick with the manufacturer ink so that you don't have any issues. That includes us.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
Now,
I told the customer that the new printer keep with the original ink. The older printer he have, whatever he will listen to his friend go to Bordeaux, then, whatever his decision. But it seemed like Bordeaux is pushing him to go everything as their ink.
well, Bordeaux's going to do that because that's Bordeaux. Yeah. But make sure that if you tell a customer that, put it in your notes.
Okay.
Okay, so that you can say and go back to it and say, okay, we told you back in when you bought the printer, you should buy OEM ink, okay, just so that you don't have issues. Now, customer has an older printer and they do want to switch over to, for instance, if they have an older Muto and they want to buy Bordeaux ink, but they've been buying it from somebody else, get in touch with me, let me know, and I will get an authorization to do that. Yes, they will need to sign a stocking order, a stocking agreement for that, because it is special order. But we still need to get authority through Carl and everybody to sell an alternative ink into Mutos.
Yeah, that's right. It's gonna be conflicts between our Muto vendor and.
Right. Now, it usually doesn't happen when it's out of warranty. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But in warranty, that's where the issues come up. Okay.
But this couple is very, how to say it, they always change their mind. So little thing happen, they always blame things. So that's the reason I don't want to deal with this.
Yeah, and they're gonna. Unfortunately, customers buy a printer from us. There's a problem with the printer. They blame us. It's not our problem. It's not our fault.
Yeah.
But they blame us because we're the one that sold them the printer. Okay?
That's why I don't want to bring the third party Budo Moto ink in.
For the older machine, I can understand.
Yeah.
The newer machine, definitely not. And
I know.
Make sure you tell your customer the recommendation is, and this includes all manufacturers, even if you had bought a new Roland and it's still under warranty, I'd still tell you the same thing. Use OEM ink during the warranty period.
Yeah, that's why I told him.
Okay.
I've been telling his wife, but the husband can't wanna go this cheaper route. So
yeah, I understand, but again, make sure Angel, make sure you put notes in the system that you've made that recommendation to them.
Yeah, okay. I did.
Hey, Angel, if they do decide to go with third-party ink, make sure they do the nozzle test and get signed off on it so that they protect their warranty. If not, the third party will bounce it on them.
Do you do that on Bordeaux? I thought that's only for Triangle.
Triangle actually has the paperwork. Bordeaux does have something that you do need to do, but check with your Bordeaux rep. I'm trying to get him to send us the paperwork so that we can actually send it out to the customer. I haven't heard
that. Let's do that.
Yeah.
I check with Steve, man.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brian.
Yep.
Anybody else? Well, get me involved with anything. Let me know what I can do. Again, I'm going to be in Salt Lake City next week. So everybody enjoy your week. Let me know what I can help with. And thank you again for showing up. I do appreciate it. Have a wonderful day.
You too, Ted.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Ted. Bye.
Thanks. Have a good day, guys.
Hi, Ted.
Bye.
Ted.
Yes.
Remember the customer bought a new Muto printer like 3 months ago? That they've been working on it, fix it, everything. I just want to follow up with Ken. Are they decide to give him a brand new one, exchange, or what are they doing?
I don't know. All I know is that Ken said that they were working with the customer on that last week. I sent an email to Ken and find out, just asking for an update. See if he can do anything.
Okay then. Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Everybody else good? Okay.
I think everybody's leaving.
Yeah, I know. Not everybody has left yet, though.
Greg, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Just a reminder, my arthroscopic surgery is Thursday morning.
Yes.
That's I got first one, 7:15. So I'll probably even turn my phone back on in the afternoon.
Okay.
And take all calls, and then of course I'll be back to work Friday from the office.
Yeah, I understand that. Take care of yourself, Tom. Be careful, please.
It sucks getting old.
I do know that. I do know. And whatever you can do with Sam when he comes into town, try to get some clients to go see if you can. That'd be really helpful.
I'm going to do my best. You know, the problem is we got those set days, as you know, and the customers are a pain in the neck with that, but I'll try.
Yeah, I mean, customers generally can, they understand, especially when you bringing in a manufacturer rep to see them, and just call them and say, hey, I've got a manufacturer rep coming in on Thursday. Can we change from Wednesday to Thursday? Yeah.
I'll do my best. I think Sam was just having a rough day, so
Yeah, maybe.
we'll work it out.
Okay, not a problem. Not a problem.
All right, thanks.
Jeff, you need anything? Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually need one thing. I'm at the warehouse, obviously.